Hello everyone, welcome back again to the other 167 channel. Greetings and love to you all in the name of Jesus Christ. I hope you guys are happy, safe and well. The topic that we have taken today is the scene behind us. So without wasting any more time, let's welcome Uncle Rajan Matthew.
Hi, welcome to the other 167. For our short meditation today, let's turn to the book of Job, chapter 42, verse 5. Job chapter 42, verse 5. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. The book of Job is a very dramatic book. The very first chapter, God tells about Job in verse 8. There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. Satan tells God, does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? You have blessed the work of his hands so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land. But now stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. Satan is trying to tell God that the reason Job is blameless is because God has blessed him abundantly. Remove the blessings and he will be very different. God allowed Satan to do this. Job lost his family. He lost his 7 sons and 3 daughters, great wealth of cattle. He himself was afflicted from the sole of his feet to the crown of his head with painful sores. His wife comes and tells him in chapter 2 verse 9, are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God and die. But Job responds, verse 10, you are talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble? We see here Job trusted God, a blameless man. 3 of his friends, Bildad, Zophar and Eliphaz, they come to him to counsel him. And in the course of their comforting Job, they told him very clearly, the situation you are going through, you are suffering, is because of your sin. And they were terribly mistaken as they misrepresented God. When Job in chapter 19, he says his words of faith in chapter 19, verse 25. I know that my Redeemer lives and that in the end he will stand on earth after my skin has been destroyed. Yet in my flesh I will see God. I myself will see him. With my own eyes, I and not another. These are the words of Job. But yet, Job did commit sin because he was very careless with his words. In chapter 3 he says, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. May the day of my birth perish. Verse 3. And the night that said, a boy is conceived. Job also blamed God for the situation he is going through. He blamed God. And God breaks the silence, as we see in chapter 38. What speaks to Job? In verse 4, 38 chapter. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? Have you journeyed to the springs of the sea or walked in the recesses of the deep? Very interesting questions God asked Job. Do you know when the mountain goats give birth? 39 verse 1. God speaks about creation, the constellation, the animals, the sea and everything. And we see towards the end in chapter 42 when Job says, my ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. Job knew God. He trusted God. He had faith in God. He had heard about God. Now, through all these situations of suffering, Job came to know God better, and he says he saw God now through his spiritual understanding, increase of his knowledge of God, and he knows God is God of power, wisdom, and majesty. We know towards the end of the book, and God restored all that Job had lost. God gave him 7 sons and 3 daughters, wealth much more than he had earlier. We see God blessing him. We do not know the scene that goes behind us, just like Job. Job never knew, yet he held on to God. He trusted God. 3 points I would like to bring out in this. 1. Righteousness has great value. Job was a righteous man, and God treasures it all. Let's be people of righteousness. People of integrity will trust God. 2. God knows everything. When we know God, we need not ask why we go through the situation, because God knows everything. He's omniscient. Though we do not know the things behind us, seen behind us, we need to only trust in God, because God knows everything. 3. God is in control. God is sovereign. He is a creator. He controls the nature, the entire universe, everything on earth. Does He not control our life? Where do we doubt? Even when we go through situations unanticipated, situations of despair and suffering and pain, let's trust God. God knows it all. So let's be righteous. Let's believe God knows everything. Let's be convinced God is in control. May God help us to trust on Him and to lean upon Him in all situations, whatever happens in our life, so that God's name will be glorified and God will be truly pleased. Thank you. May God bless us with these words. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have been blessed by the beautiful message shared by Uncle Rajan Matthew. If you like this video and want to hear more like this video, please do like, share and subscribe it with your friends. Have a great and blessed week ahead. Thank you.